All right, guys, what's up? So, little update on the S10. I got it back up and running. As you've seen in the last video, I did install a 3-inch Mishimoto intercooler. You can see right there. I believe it's 31 inches by 14 or 16 inches tall. I had to cut the grill up a lot to get it to fit. I kept as much as I could, so whatever you're seeing right there is about as much as I could keep. But I'm not mad at it. It don't look bad. It gets plenty of airflow, so the intake air temps have been great. Before, non-air cooled, it would go from like 60 to 180 on a pull. Now it's going from 60 to maybe 65 or 67. So I'm very happy with the intercooler. Full 3-inch intercooler piping. So that is working great. Happy with it. Tight fitment, but everything in an S10 is tight. It's probably not as great as what an air to water would do, but for the amount of time it took me to do this and how easy it was to install, other than just cutting some stuff up and making some mountain brackets, I'm happy with it. I didn't have to run a water tank and spend, all that money. If I decide to do air to water intercooler, I'll have a Holley intake with an intercooler in the intake and do that. So that's my goal one day, is to have that intake. So right now I'm gonna focus on saving the money up for that. Was getting ready to go to the drag strip tomorrow with a couple of buddies. I was out testing the truck, and you can see in there the turbo has touched the compressor housing, and it has a lot of play in it now. It is you can't see because my finger, but I'll pull it out and show y'all here in a minute. I do have a rebuild kit coming. It'll be here tomorrow, and I also ordered a bigger turbo, still a 7875, but it's a VS Racing Gen 2.5, so it's a little bit bigger and better compressor housing, and it's the 1.25 AR back housing. So this is a 0.96, so it's got the real small back housing that chokes out at higher RPMs. That's the upgrade I wanted to do to this truck anyways, and I bought it for a Christmas present, so that'll be going on. I still will rebuild this one. We'll make a decision on which one we run for now when all that comes in. I think I can rebuild this one and make it work. If not, it'll be a spare, and we'll figure all that out, because the other one I'd have to put a wastegate on, and it's got a 4-inch downpipe. So, but we'll make all that work. Other than that, that's all really. I mean, the truck's running great. The engine's performing like I wanted it to. Just the turbo has left the building, so will not be going to the track tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this turbo off, and I'll show you all the carnage inside that turbo. I believe the majority of the reason why that turbo failed is I do not have a blow-off valve, and I think just the compressor surge, and when it compressor surges, the compressor and exhaust will fight against each other, and it puts a lot of pressure on the thrust bearing. I think that, and probably when this truck blew up, it probably sent some stuff through the exhaust and through the compressor wheel, or the turbine on the exhaust side. So I'll get this turbo off, and I'll let y'all see what it looks like on the inside, and we'll go from there. All right, so I got the turbo pulled off. You can see the compressor housing. It's got some marks on it. The compressor wheel also has some marks on it. Not terrible though. It's not bad. But the main issue is, you can see how much play the shaft had in it. So that's what caused it. There's a couple of marks on the turbine also. It's kind of hard to see, but it's not as bad. It's got that's a bent fin right there. It's kind of hard to see, but There's a couple of bent fins. Nothing that is terrible. So I do have a rebuild kit coming. It will be here today. The exhaust housing, it's got a couple of marks on it too, but it's not bad at all. So have a rebuild kit coming. I'm going to probably rebuild this one and put it back in. And then when after Christmas, I'll get the 7875 Gen 2.5 with 1.25 back housing, and we will put it on and modify the exhaust and everything that needs to be modified, and put a wastegate on it. So, and I'll probably keep this one for a spare or sell it, just depends. But yeah, that's what it is, just a bunch of shaft play. We'll put it back together and see how it runs. The rebuild kit's only like $30–40, and I think it's the right one. Everything looks the same, so I guess we'll see when it gets here. But yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. I will rebuild this one and put it back in, and I will let y'all know how it turns out, and maybe we can take it to the track in a week or so. But that's gonna do it for this video. Appreciate y'all watching, and I'll catch y'all later.